SharkyBreath.
He plays video games.
Hello and welcome back to Disco Elysium. I had to leave off the episode in an incredibly awkward place last time after we just finished talking on the radio with DJ Mesh. DJ Mesh, that was the guy. And now we got to go back and talk to the twins about how they possibly could have heard. Where were they? Where were they when they heard DJ Mesh in their heads? Somehow, that is the issue of the day. I also should mention that if it does look like we're going to hit that point of no return, which I have heard rumors exists, which is why I keep talking about it, I don't know any details, then I'm probably going to take one spin around the town and make sure that I don't notice anything I didn't see before, now that I have an absolutely ludicrous amount of perception. 11, yes, thank you. Oh, I've got 3 skill points again, too. That's nice, too. But, we'll see what happens when we come to it, yeah? All right. Ask Lillian's twins where they were when they heard Speed Freaks FM. Yes, that one. Okay, well, I guess let's get back to the fishing village. The Fisherman Shacks, that's the one. Okay. Just trying to remember to press tab periodically to see if anything I haven't noticed before highlights, but looks like nothing so far, and that's fine. Hello, twins. All right, I have to talk to you from over here. I forgot. That was the whole thing.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Real quick, boys. Where were you when you heard the voices?
There.
The boy points towards one of the ruined monoliths nearby. Which one specifically?
We were there.
The other child nods. The Feld building looms overhead. Ha! I knew it! Thanks, kid. And so I return to the Feld. I'm doing that one.
Uh-huh.
One says, throwing a rock into the sand.
Full circle.
The lieutenant
Back to
smiles to
Feld,
himself.
then, when you're ready.
The lieutenant smiles to himself. I said it over what he said. Sorry about that, Kim. I keep forgetting that I shouldn't just jump in whenever. Continue.
The boy turns the rock over in his hands. He looks to you, then his brother, then back to you.
Okay, sure, you do that, kid. Bye. Great. Okay. So we're going back to the Feld building, and that was... I probably didn't need to stop the episode before doing that, but also I feel like whatever is going to happen at the Feld building here is probably going to be big and important. So, wait, is it this way? It's this way, yes. It's this... Wait, the Sunday friend's back. What's the Sunday friend doing back? Maybe he's been there the entire time? Maybe he only vanished because night had fallen or something like that? Is this really the fastest way to get there? Oh, wait a second. He's next to the other building, the one with the gunshots. I don't think I have any further business with him, but I did talk to the government since I last talked to him, so maybe I should check in real quick about that. I don't know, it might be worthwhile. If I had stopped talking, I could have just skipped this entire portion when I'm running over to talk to him. Wouldn't that have been nice? That would have been great. Hello, Sunday friend. How are you?
Always my pleasure to be of assistance to the RCM. Godspeed, and if we don't meet again, bonne chance.
He still doesn't want to talk to me about anything. Well, fine. Well, great. Sure, I'm glad I ran all the way around. Okay, see you on the other side again, okay? Okay. Feld building. We're back. We're back. You don't have anything else to say, right? Probably not. Probably not.
Hello. Isn't this a fine morning?
It is a fine morning. Thank you for mentioning it. All right.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Okay, so we haven't unlocked the Shivers check just yet. But perhaps this encyclopedia check is related to that? Encyclopedia Impossible 17. Pull on your knowledge to understand what caused the twins to hear radio in their heads. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that's supposed to be showing up, but it's been... The screen is eating it. Let me see if I can get it to... There we go. +3, searched Ruby's lorry. +1, lingered on the North Coast. +1, heard stories from Idiot Doom Spiral. +3, searched the coast for traps. +1, seen inside the church. Yes, this does seem to be just layers and layers of, did you do your content? Have you seen the game actually? Are you really ready for this? And I think I am. So let's go ahead and do it.
You know a lot about radio. Enough to know you have no idea how or why those boys heard Speed Freaks FM in their heads.
And that was a success. Yeah, I suppose I'm probably not familiar with radio appearing directly in one's head. You'd think that if they was coming out of the Feld building, which we're standing at, then they would have heard it coming out of the Feld building. But then again, they are very small boys, so who really knows? I do still think I probably called it, what with Ruby having technical prowess when it comes to radio, but in any case, let's continue instead of hearing me speculate about nothing.
Knowledge like that isn't just obscure, it's unknowable. Dangerous theoretical facts like that are probably protected under the coalition government's Articles of Dominion, Title 14, Article 7C. While an expert might be able to suss it out on their own, a layman like you has no hope.
Does this mean I need to go back and talk to Sona? Also, are you going to let me know what Title 14, Article 7C actually refers to? Probably not. Probably not. Continue.
You don't know how it happened, but the stores of your knowledge are vast, and there is something crucial in them.
Okay, what's that now?
You know where Ruby isn't.
What are you meaning there, Encyclopedia?
She isn't in the fishing village. She's not with her bullet under the floorboards in the shack. So where could she be?
Just about anywhere else, Encyclopedia? Where are you going with this?
Land's End? You took in the sights there with Lillian. Ruby wasn't up the disused radio tower, among the reeds, or beneath the boardwalk.
Okay, sure, continue.
The alcoholics never mentioned seeing Ruby either. Idiot Doom Spiral gave an exhaustive account of recent events, but never mentioned seeing Ruby.
Sure, continue.
You've searched the whole coast for Morel's traps. Just as you didn't find the Insulindian phasmid, you did not find her.
Right, sure, continue.
You've even entered the church, helped the ravers set up a nightclub, and overheard. Well, we don't need to think about that. Point is, some criminals seek sanctuary from sacred buildings, though the sanctuary laws were abolished decades ago. But Ruby wasn't such a one.
Sanctuary laws were abolished. Interesting. I mean, I think that's probably... I don't know much about sanctuary laws, but I'm pretty sure they're not active in modern times either, so fair enough. Right, yes, continue.
And you do know one thing about radios, Ulan. Ruby dabbles in advanced radio theories. Ulan, the speed freak's mystery. It might just be related.
It might. It's a bit of a stretch. Basically, something happened here that may involve radio, that does involve radio, that I don't understand, and Ulan just happens to be a form of radio I don't understand. Ergo, she might be here. Fair enough. Does that mean she's here?
If she's here on the coast, she'll be here. And besides, something weird happened to the twins around here. It'd be nice to know what caused that. Another fact for your collection.
I do enjoy building the collection. Did that sound happen for all of you, or was that just me? I wonder if that was some sort of a glitch in the sound within the game, or if my sound system actually just fritzed out on me. Hopefully the former, I guess. Continue.
Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it.
Shivers is back. Hi, Shivers. Where does it go?
In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk. Its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
Subterranean tunnels. It was subterranean tunnels the entire time, so that's why all the slots in the walls were catching my eyes, huh? And that's why I can't get to the island, too, because you have to get there via subterranean tunnel. Great, great. I'm glad I can trust you, Shivers, given that you are the city. What is happening?
She's down there.
Say, I think she's down there, below this building. I sure do. And so does the city. And the city doesn't make mistakes.
Okay. Why?
The twins did hear the radio from here, so something is happening. The wind told me. We've looked everywhere else. Ever since I woke up, maybe even before, I've been getting these strange cold spells. That's interesting. That's a new option besides the wind just telling me. And I have a suspicion that I only get to tell him one of these 4 things. This is just straight conjecture. This is nothing. This is what I've been trying to convince him of earlier, and he was not buying it, so I don't know if that approach is going to work. We've looked everywhere else. That is technically true. Ever since I woke up, maybe even before I'm getting these strange cold spells, I'm just curious where he's going to go with this. It's also the 4th option, which means if it was going to loop me back around to this particular menu, I'll be skipping that particular possibility. But if I only get to do one of them, I want to do this one, so I'm doing it.
Good, good, yes. Cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there?
Yes, I can literally talk to my hangover. That's how bad it has gotten. The wind told me. Call it a gut feeling. We've looked everywhere else. Okay. He also... Did I read he seems incredulous? He does seem incredulous. That is fair. I didn't get to expand on that particular point. We can go back to the wind told me. Shivers is real, Kim. Why don't we try this? Call it a gut feeling. Maybe you'll buy it then?
So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically.
He shrugs. Okay, continue.
Finally, my time to shine.
Ah, savoir faire, easy success. I only beat it by 1. Nice. There's a ladder next to the sign. Point to it. Perhaps we can climb it. Enter through the roof. Oh, so there is. Look at that. It's right there. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go ahead and point at that ladder then.
Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
I'm 44 years old, Kim. Are you trying to brag about your age here? Continue.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails.
Okay. If the ladder fails. Okay. Got it, physical instrument. Thank you, I guess. I just barely succeeded that check. Whew. Okay, great. So, look for Ruby on the coast. Climb the ladder onto the roof or find another way into the Feld building. Gotcha. So what kind of a check is a ladder climbing going to be? Let me think here. Is that going to be interfacing? Probably not. Hand-eye coordination? Probably not also. Is it savoir-faire? Panache. It was savoir-faire to jump that one ledge down to get my coat off the roof. It might be savoir-faire. I'm not good at savoir-faire, but I feel like the worst that's going to happen is I'll take some physical damage if I fail it. Still, what do I have for savoir-faire? Just the glasses, right? Just the sunglasses. I'm pretty sure that's it. Wait a second. Maybe Kuno's pants? Do I already have Kuno's pants on? Oh, Kuno's pants. Thank you, Kuno. Okay, okay. Anything else? I don't think so, but let me just have a quick look. You never know, right? You never know. Yeah, I probably should, but I don't. Maybe change into your reaction speed shoes, just in case you get yourself into a situation where you need reaction speed to save your life, yeah? Maybe that. Wait a second. Have I ever put on the specialist grade headset? Just, you know, to check and see if I get a thought when I put it on? Let me do that just now. There we go, there we go. That looks entirely wrong. I've been wearing the Fruggles for so long that it looks just incorrect. No thoughts had, so back we go. All right, then I think that I'm about as ready as I'm going to get. Wait, do we switch to... No. We got the savoir-faire pants on. Yes, good, okay. Okay. Wait, what's that? Hold up, that wasn't there before. I mean, it was there before, but it wasn't highlighted before. That's a perception check I just succeeded, isn't it? Even with the boots off, that's a perception check. Let's have a look.
An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the Feld building?
Oh, man, that seems possible, but unpleasant. Continue.
A building like this must have multiple doors serving various functions. Perhaps a basement access.
I suppose it's possible. Come closer and look in or leave. Usually leave option means I can't go. No, that's not true. It doesn't say like to abandon the thought or something. Let's have a look.
Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe.
Sure, continue.
The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
Okay, what's in there? Could we get into the Feld building through that? Could we get into the Feld building through this pipe? Let's start with what's in there.
A thin layer of snow gleams inside the pipe.
Okay, what else?
As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side.
Meaning that people do go into this pipe. It is large enough for that. And?
And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
I take some comfort in that this is yellow and not pink, so this is not going to be electrochemistry speaking up and giving me some very bad advice right now. Continue.
A very, very faint smell of stale liquor still lingers. Or is it just your imagination?
Great question, Perception. I have no idea. Wow, I passed that exactly. Stale liquor. Can we get into the Feld building through this pipe?
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either.
A grin flickers across his face. Continue.
However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around...
The lieutenant pushes aside the reeds and looks around.
And it's right here. A maintenance door.
He points to a rusted metal double door to the right of the pipe obscured by the reeds. Nice!
It's jammed shut. The subtle approach isn't going to work on this one.
So, physical instrument, huh?
Oh yeah. Big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it.
Physical instrument, Heroic 15, try to pull the door apart. 42%. +1 broke into Kuno's apartment, +1 broke into the communist apartment. I'm used to breaking into things. Okay, let's leave for right now. At the very least, I'm not in my physical instrument gears, so... Right. Apparently it's over here somewhere, behind the reeds. I can't see it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So that's the alternate in case the ladder fails. Got it. Well, that's fine then. So it wasn't a perception check. I didn't succeed at anything. It was just, we are advanced to that part in the story where I can see that now. Okay. All right, ladder. Let's see what we can do here.
A rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. Some of the rungs are missing.
Oh, that's a problem. Continue.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
Not really. Assess the situation.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded, and the peeling rust is razor sharp.
I'm wearing armored gloves, so no worries there. Continue.
In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180?
180 seems about right. 190. I'm a giant. Never mind that both of these figures are lighter than me, the person speaking right now. Okay, I do seem like a big guy. I'm going with 190 on this one.
Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to be hard. Perhaps if you were to not climb the ladder. Instead, what if you were to do something more subtle?
What you got, Savoir Faire? Continue.
What if you were to reconceptualize climbing the ladder?
What do you mean by that exactly?
Astral projection. Be open-minded about this.
Astral projection. Okay, Inland Empire. Are you three working together on this? Are you genuinely all working towards the same goal here? Or are these different approaches to the same thing? Given that I've only gotten one answer from them that I can now add, which I'm sure Kim is going to be thrilled about, perhaps they are all trying to work together to convince me on this one? Anyway, the new answer is, what if I don't climb? What if I just teleport? Yeah, what if that, Kim?
Teleportation is not a thing.
The lieutenant stares at you, stone-faced. Continue.
Even if it isn't, no one told you.
It's a thing for me. I can't remember it's not a thing. Come on, Kim. Where's your adventurous spirit? It won't hurt to try. We're doing this, huh? I feel like maybe Savoir Faire isn't the right thing to build my stats up in order to teleport. Maybe Inland Empire is where I should have gone with this, since it was Inland Empire's idea here, technically. And I do have things I could put on for that, but not at the moment I don't. I can't remember, it's not a thing?
That's not how physics work, detective. And even if it were, wouldn't you need some kind of apparatus? A teleportation field or...
Maybe? Should we talk to Sona?
What are they talking about?
The kid behind you whispers, asking his father. Oh boy, they're listening. I didn't know that you actually counted. Sorry, hello.
Teleportation, Mikhail. It's generally thought impossible.
Well, apparently it won't hurt to try.
Oh yes, it could hurt. A lot.
Look at that. I actually have a decent chance of success at teleporting to the roof. Savoir Faire challenging 12, +2 saw Tiago climbing. The fact that Tiago was climbing suggests to me that I'm not going to be teleporting so much as just climbing really well, but you know what? Let's go for it. I've got better chances here than I do down there. I mean, at the back door, you know. Anyway, let's do it.
All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness enfolds you. You can feel the distance between the bench and the first rung of the ladder. All you need to is...
Did you mean all you need to do is? Either way, I suspect that rather than... When you say teleportation, what you mean to say is I'm not going to have my eyes open while I do this? We're going to rely purely on feel and instinct? Sure, man. At least I succeeded. Do it.
Zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like magic. You feel yourself disappear, your atoms fading out of existence.
Okay, continue.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
You can't believe what?
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
I'm pretty sure I just climbed that ladder, but I'm going to go ahead and say I did it, Kim. I teleported, although the other option is don't gloat, just stand there like a Samaran master, which would probably be cooler, but I've never been cool.
I just saw you climb the ladder. You just climbed it like a regular person.
The lieutenant shouts from below. Yeah, I kind of figured. Continue.
No, not like a regular person. Like a phase spider.
Like a phase spider. What's a phase spider? Wait a second. Is that one of the things that I talked to the cryptozoologist's wife about? Maybe. I can't remember. Continue.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly, blowing away the lieutenant's voice. Faintly you hear.
I hear.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring without backup, especially if we think the suspect may be hiding here.
I suppose that is the disadvantage, not breaking open the back door, huh? I am now on my own. Whoops. Okay. End. Great. Well, there's stairs. And a whole lot of nothing else. Okay. I think I'll keep the Savoir Faire gear on for right now, since I am, balancing on the roof of a building. Let's see here. What do you have to say for yourself, Green Dot? The central support beam has been destroyed by artillery fire. I can't imagine how that happened. Okay. Okay. Alright, let me work my way over here. Probably best to move by clicking. Usually I try to move by WASD like this, but it just doesn't really work on tricky terrain. Okay, we're going in there. It seems like we're going in there. Okay, okay. In that case, how about a flashlight, How about a flashlight? I'm not going to be... Like, if Ruby's in this building, she's going to know I'm coming. I'm not subtle, I'm loud and clunky. So... Like that? What's the ledger do? Inland Empire empathy. Inland Empire might be useful here. I don't think... Well, empathy might. Arming myself seems unnecessary for a first entrance, plus I'm trying to just catch up with Kim immediately, right? Right. I mean, I could carry the sword in, but it seems a little bit overkill, doesn't it? The multi-tool, well, who knows what I'm up against. Let's just get in there, huh? Oh boy, okay. Alright. Nice music you got in here, Feld building. Bars, okay. Check them out. glass is covered with grime and dust. You can barely see out. There's a thing on the floor. Let's see it. Postcard, Martinez, 98. I'll have a look at that. Yes, I will. Items. Here we are. A faded picture postcard from the end of the last century shows Martinez as it was before the revolution. It's the height of summer. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, which is not how it's pronounced, but I can't remember how it's correctly pronounced, is teeming with parasol-wielding bourgeoisie, and Wild Pine's flags buttress the walkway. Nothing is written on the back. As if nobody sent it. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, well... Do I want perception? Should I have more perception? Reaction speed. Reaction speed's probably good. Reaction speed's probably good. Let's stick with that. My perception's already ridiculous thanks to my thought cabinet, so... I probably don't need to be walking instead of running, but I'm nervous, so... I'm doing it. Oh boy, okay. That's the door I just came in through. What's this? This collapse nearly sealed the basement. One can barely squeeze by. I suppose I would know. Okay, okay. This here is antiquated office furniture. Last century, maybe? Brought down and forgotten so long ago. Apparently. Ooh, the music is just getting more and more worrisome. This might be that door. This could very easily be that door. What's this? This overturned table is covered in orange mildew, crawling with something. Great. Great. Let's try it. There's Kim. There's Kim. Okay, we got to get this open. Is it barred? Can I just open it from the inside? I hope so.
2 rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crude door. It's been here under the boardwalk for a while.
Got it. All right. Who's there? Push the doors open. Ignore the door. This isn't really the time to mess around. Why is there even an option to mess around? Because I'm Harry. Because I'm Harrier Dubois, and I mess around constantly. But it does seem to me that if Ruby's in here, we need to get this door open as soon as possible. However, I'm curious what will happen. So I'm doing it.
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get the door open.
You got it. Push the doors open. Wow, I did that with my mind.
The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open. With the help of your partner, the 2 metal panels slide open with a creak.
Nice. Continue.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that.
Yeah, well, if she's dangerous, she heard it. You ready?
Yes. Time to investigate these passages. Let's move quietly and not make more sound.
Those are the same things, Kim. But anyway, yes, continue.
Not running is a great way to do that.
So I've actually been doing the right thing. No way. Okay, I'll keep doing it then. Great. Okay. So savoir-faire is still working in my favor here, it seems. Okay. So perhaps I should keep on the savoir-faire gear. I'm keeping the reaction speed. Hang on a second. In terms of the bullet that I picked up in my lodgings counts as a usable bullet for my gun. I suppose it did mention that it was specifically compatible with my weapon, but that does mean I have 2 shots rather than 1, which is something. How are we looking? Explore the passages below the Feld building. Okay. Hey, look, a rat. Hey, look, another rat. Come on, Kim. Let's do this. All right. What's this? Old file folders in the cart. Documents silvery with mold. There's a box over there. I want whatever's in it. But I need to be careful not to double-click things, as that will cause me to run. What's this? A series of thick, dusty panes of glass. Just glass. What did Feld make before? Here? Did they make windows? Was that a thing? I don't remember. My brain is empty. Interisolary. Probably isolary, because Isola. Interstellary suit jacket. +1 suggestion. Really now? Okay, I'll take it, I guess. I don't have a lot of suggestion gear. Or much more call for suggestion gear at this point, but noted. Let's have a look. A muted brown suit jacket, perfect for a day at the office or an evening at a cafe. The red rose at the bottom of the left breast pocket is slowly wilting. Impressive that it hasn't already. +1 suggestion, dressed for the occasion. Neat. Neat. I sure got that. Aren't you proud of me, Kim? I'm sure you are. Well, let's go this way. At a nice, easy walk. Keep your eyes on the shadows. We don't know who's in here. The city has told me that she's in here. In the beam of the flashlight, a crevice in the wall. That, in the corner there, I'm pretty sure is, what's his name? Mazov? Can I actually look at it from here? I can. I can get in there. A bed and everything. Okay. What's this? Stale fabric, smell and dust. No one slept here in months, maybe years. Okay, okay. So this is not what I came looking for, but that's okay. Let's have a look what we've got in here. Revolutionary's hat, +1 to Mazovian socio-economics. I knew there was a communist garment in here somewhere. Revolutionary's hat. Look at it. An Ushanka with the Mazovian logo, a pair of deer antlers on its silvery white front. Your ears feel cuddled and cared for by the state. +1 to Mazovian socioeconomics, friendly neighborhood communard. Well, let's throw it on. It looks comfy, honestly. What do you have to say about that, Brain?
This hat is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory.
And now is exactly the time for that. This is an Ushanka, right? Pat the hat. Oops, it's a fashion faux pas. Discard the thought in the hat. No, we're patting it. We're patting that hat.
Kraz Mazov would have worn this Ushanka.
That's his name.
Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. That's why it bears a Mazovian logo.
All I could think of was Krav Mazov, but I knew that wasn't right because that's... Krav is Krav Maga. That's the only thing I know where Krav comes into play, but I couldn't think what Kras was. Kras Mazov. Mazov, Kras Mazov. Whatever, yes. Mazov knew where to cook the thoughts. Yes, continue.
Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you like it or not, wearing this hat has made you more communist.
So wait, what happens if I put on all of my... What happens if I put on all of them at the same time? Does my brain get confused? Is that a thing? I must know. Suddenly I must know. Kim, bear with me, this is important. There's that. What was the other one? What was the fascist thing? It was the jacket. No, not that one. This one. There we go. Okay. Apparently my brain handles this particular situation just fine, which considering that I'm always offered the option of pursuing any of these political alignments at any time, regardless of circumstances, I guess that shouldn't be too surprising. Let me get my gear back on, hang on. Mind you, I do just like Ushankas as headgear in general. I think that they are a pleasant thing to have on the head, but now is not the time. Now is clearly not the time. All right, what's this? Revolutionary propaganda on the bunk bed, ancient flyers and brochures. And this? These pots and plates are full of dust and spider webs. All right, that? The same slit window you saw from the outside.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that killed the mercenary?
That seems deeply unlikely, but do continue.
This does look like an embrasure, a slit made for shooting out of.
Peek out? You mean like climbing up onto the bed and up that ladder? Okay, that's going to take some doing, but I guess sure.
Outside the window, desolation. Snow falls softly onto the coastal sand, where it melts almost instantly. On rooftops, it lingers.
Well, my only option here is to speak out loud, so hopefully this doesn't blow our cover. Turn to Kim. Could the killer have used this as a hideout?
It's a great place to hide, certainly. But there hasn't been anyone here in ages.
Well, there you go. Kim, I can't see the whirling in rags. The shot didn't come from here. Conclude. Well done.
Indeed. No one could get a clear view. Well, at least we've been thorough. I like thorough.
Me too. I also like thorough. I like even more thorough than you do. You may have noticed. So what does that count as? The boardwalk? That was the boardwalk? I guess I'm under the boardwalk. Well, that means the only place left to check is the island. No wonder I couldn't find this. How the heck would I... How are you... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. How you doing, Kraz?
A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait.
Brush the dust off the portrait. Look, Kim. Look, Kim, it's Comrade Mazov. Let's go. Leave. I guess brush it off because it's silent?
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly.
You look a bit silly. Continue.
Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand. Grains stick into the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
Explain? An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. A sniper? Does this mean I should stop messing around? Maybe this isn't the city telling me something about something that's happening right now. Maybe this is something from the past? From the revolution attempt? This is stupid to even mention it, but I'm gonna.
Yes, I can see that. Looks like some communists were hiding out here. They left a long time ago.
I assume you're right.
The lieutenant does not seem to share your enthusiasm.
A long time ago? How long? What's with all these secret weapons caches and secret bunkers? Maybe I should move in here. It seems cozy. Could it be connected to the Mazov bus we found in the students' room? Could someone have stopped through here recently? Conclude. Okay, so a long time ago. How long?
Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing.
He looks around.
I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted.
Can't imagine by whom. What's with all these secret weapon cache and secret bunkers? I think you just mentioned, but let's go ahead and talk about it anyway.
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers.
So we're doing a public service is what you're saying. Continue.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Maybe I should move in here. Seems cozy. Is that even an option? Let's at least float the idea.
I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case.
Okay, so it doesn't actually have any application on the game. I can't actually spend the night here. Not that I'm sure I'm going to be spending another night before the end here. It really seems we're getting right down to it. Anyway, could it be connected to the Mazov bus that we found in the students' room?
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff.
I mean, I did mention it being called... I did call it the students' room, so I guess that makes sense. Could someone have stopped through here recently?
You mean like Ruby? No. I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
He looks at the dust. The dust that I just brushed off. But never mind. Let's go. Okay. Well, this has been edifying. And I found out that the sniper wasn't here, which is apparently the boardwalk. So that's pretty cool, too. In any case... Onward. Into the... I was going to say darkness, but it's not actually that dark. What's this? Boot prints in the sand. One of the souls appears more worn than the other, and there's no way to talk to Kim about it, but that's fine. Okay. Which... The boot prints are going that way. I can see them. The boot prints are going that way. I'm going to go this way. What's this? There's something in the air. Unusual, an unnatural buzzing. Okay. What's this? The zone will collapse. You'll have to find another way around. Okay. Okay. This is a dead end. I feel like if I was able to climb that ladder, I could probably jump over this thing, but at the very least, Kim couldn't also, and I shouldn't be acting alone, so let us walk. Just checking for things as I walk. What a efficient tunnel. Why did they build it like this? What's this? It's getting louder, the buzzing sound. Okay. It is getting louder, now that you mention it. The radio equipment, maybe. What's that?
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
Says pain threshold. Pain threshold is not my best stat by a long shot. Lieutenant, do you feel something?
No. What do you mean?
A pain, a strange tingling, a ghost. Nothing, it's just my mind playing tricks. Well, I'm just going to describe it like he said, like he asked.
I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh.
He looks ahead, beyond the arch. Hold on, you really don't feel anything? I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth. It's a hold-on option. I'm taking it.
No, but you are the sensitive one.
I guess that's a fair point. Continue.
It's not a quib. The situation is dangerous.
Yes, it is. I saw them too. Footprints with the right sole worn smooth.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully.
What do you mean?
Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
He lowers his voice. That's a very good point, Kim. That's an incredibly good point, Kim, that somehow I hadn't even considered. Continue.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize.
It's already somewhat destabilized, but yes, fair point. Continue.
This part of town is a fine clockwork puzzle. Disturb its peace, and it will start breaking down uncontrollably.
Uh-huh. Continue.
Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Right. Seems like a good plan, Volition. Okay. We've met the Union leader, but haven't gotten any info from him. Maybe we should talk to him more first? We know Everard's true intentions and his plan for Martinez. What more is there to do with the Union? We solved the strike deadlock by telling Joyce about the Union's plans. How bad do you think things could get? What do you think is waiting for us in there? Well, start at the top. Start at the top. Maybe we should talk to Everard some more?
You're right. However corrupt he may be, nothing happens in Martinez without him knowing. We might have to dirty our hands, but...
Continue.
In this case, we can't afford to be squeaky clean.
That would seem to be the case. So he agrees that we might want to go back and talk to him again, huh? All right. We know Everard's true intentions and his plans for Martinez. What more is there to do with the Union?
I don't know. Little things. But you're right. We've gotten everything we can from the Union. We even opened that container.
He pauses. We sure did. I insisted. Continue.
You've been very, very thorough there. Your fingers approve.
You're welcome, Fingers. We solved the strike deadlock by telling Joyce about the Union's plans.
I still don't think that was a good idea. But yes, our affairs with the Wild Pines are in order, since she isn't in Martinez anymore.
You did mention that you didn't think that was a good idea, didn't you? And then I went ahead and did it anyway. That was a decision on my part. Continue.
Someone's been a very busy boy. Good on you.
Well, Volition likes it anyway. How bad do you think things could get?
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
He smiles in the dark. Continue.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
I suppose that's true. What do you think is waiting for us there? Conclude.
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
The lieutenant's whisper echoes down the tunnel. Continue.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
That is certainly true, Savoir-Faire. Continue.
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
He puts his hand to his holster, which is to say, this is the point of no return. This is the point beyond which there is no going back. He specifically said, end. Enter the cavern below the Feld building when you're ready. Note, Union and cryptozoology business might end when you do. This is the point of no return. Well, first and foremost, I am not in a position to start entering the ending right now. Because I'm pretty sure this episode would wind up getting exceedingly long. and I can't do that right now. Second off, I did mention, if I hit the point of no return, I want to go back around the city and make sure there's nothing I haven't noticed with my ridiculous perception check. And it just so happens that I have found the point of no return, so I am turning back. We're going to walk all the way out, nice and careful, which is a bit unfortunate, because if we did have the elements of surprise, I feel like we're probably losing it by doing this. However, I meant what I said. I want to make sure that there's nothing I have missed, now that I can see things that I could not see before. Aside from which, that little conversation Kim and I just had does suggest that maybe, we need to go talk to Everard again. So, I'm leaving. Okay. Alright. So there's our entrance. That's how we get in with the both of us. And I suppose that if you break that door down, it just... Okay, if you break that door down, number one, you don't have to walk in and open the door from the inside and be split up with Kim for a while. Number two, you definitely lose the element of surprise, because that would be loud. Alright. I am going to have a quick run around the city and see if there's anything new that I can see with all my perception gear on. I'm thinking probably there won't be, but I want to be sure. So, give me a minute to do that. I'll check in with you if I find anything. And if not, we'll have one last conversation with Everett and see if he's got anything else. And if there's nothing on either of those fronts, then that'll be where we drop it for today. So just fair warning, that's the plan. All right, see you in a little bit. I can just run around with right-click held. I don't need to hit tab. Wow, I feel silly. I've been wasting a lot of time, or at least a lot of buttons. Oh. There's $1 on the ground here. I guess that's something. Is that really going to be the only thing that I notice with my ridiculous perception? Is a handful of coins in the long grass? Maybe. Maybe. What's this? Birds in the birch tree. Barely audible coos coming from above. Well, I am very good at listening, it turns out. Hooray!
The dented yellow mailbox greets...
I don't think I realized you could pat it again.
The box seems happy.
Nice. The box is happy anyway. I don't know how many people I'm going to make happy around here, but I made the box happy, dang it. Hey, she actually did leave. What do you know about that? She said she would, and she did. Good, or is Dad still breathing? That's something anyway. I don't think I'd noticed that Renee's guard box is just up here. I hadn't noticed how this all fits together, but there it is. Hey, what's this now? $5? Ha ha! Take that, Cindy. Took your money. That's right, I did. It's fine, she doesn't need it. You know, I'm frankly kind of shocked that I can't take these boots and get some kind of a stat bonus out of them. But perhaps they're not my size. Maybe there are shoes in this world that are not my size. It could happen. You don't know. Hey, look at that. Claudia's still there. She's actually kept her promise. I don't know. I guess I was only half expecting that. Please don't, Kuno. There's a door into Kim's room in here. Huh, somehow I hadn't made that connection before. I wonder if there's any circumstance under which you can open and use that door, you know? Like, be able to talk to Kim after you're not doing cop stuff? I don't know. Probably not. This is where I heard that music before. It's Ruby's theme. Fun.
The old king.
Sorry, what?
The old king and his horse appear to be struggling against the vibrantly colored cables and coiled wire.
They do, don't they? There's nothing else to say on it, though. Okay, leave. Oh, there's a box you can loot behind. Huh. But you can't get that unless you actually get your way past, Measurehead here, huh? Okay, bye. Well, I guess I will never get whatever's in that box. Of course, it's gonna be some kind of clothing, huh? Of course. Well, I took nearly half an hour and I went basically everywhere? I think I went everywhere. I'm pretty sure I went everywhere in the game that I have access to right now. And I found about $6. Technically $7, but I didn't take Kuno's money again. Or Kuno's dad's money. Whose ever money that is, I didn't take it. So I guess let's talk to Everard. I'll be fairly thorough about this because this is the one place where my brain didn't have anything to say about how good a job I did. So, hi Everard.
Mr. Dubois, a pleasure as always. You don't have to sit down this time, since you've already sat on that chair.
And you made your point. Okay, so, questions about the harbor?
I'm always happy to educate and entertain.
Nope.
Very nice, Harry.
The hanging?
No, of course. I mean, it's Nip Harry. Sadly,
There's probably more to that.
Fantastic. Time for
Nothing.
by all means, Harry. What's
Details
on your
about the
mind?
murder?
Most certainly, Harry. By
Okay.
all means, Harry.
Alright. So there's nothing. Everard has nothing further to say. I suppose that's why there was that second option there that involved Everard. The first option was like, maybe we should go talk to him, but the second option was like, no, you talk to him a lot. You're probably good on that front. And indeed, I'm probably good on that front. Okay. In which case, it means we're right down to the point of no return. There's one more thing I could consider doing, and that is, I'm still technically 4.5 hours from solving the Insulindian miracle. I could theoretically spend a point, get rid of the Jamrock Shuffle, because clearly there are no more lock containers for me to loot, unless there's ones in the last area of the game, and I suspect I'm not going to worry about it too much at that point. So I could get rid of the Jamrock Shuffle and do, I don't know, the Suicide of Krasmazov, since it takes about the same length of time, and I could just sit on a bench for 5 hours and solve those two thoughts before we go to the end game. Maybe that would be worthwhile? I genuinely don't know. I'll try and decide before the next time we meet. But one way or another, next time, we're getting started on what I assume is the end game. So, bit of a short episode. Hope you're alright with that. I think you can probably understand why. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.